Ethereum is fucking shit. Simple. The reason you're too scared to look at your portfolio is because this absolute bitch of a coin has decided to take the piss all cycle. So the question is whether that's going to change or not. Hi guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I want to discuss the situation on Ethereum and alts in general. Going to do some short technical analysis, some fundamental analysis, why I believe ETH has been lagging and what alt season could be like this year. As always, please remember, whilst I am a qualified financial advisor, none of this is financial advice. Very quickly, before discussing Ethereum and alts, Bitcoin has been dipping the last few days, which may cause some concern. The psychological level of 100k is very significant for Bitcoin for no reason other than it literally being 100k. Nothing special about it, but it seems as though when Bitcoin is above 100k, everything's good. And as soon as people begin to see it, 99, 98, they begin panicking and the FUD begins to spread. Long story short, I'm not worried. This is happening due to the markets reacting to the tariffs put in place by Trump against Canada, Mexico and China and seeing it as being quite fearful. I think people are expecting this to have a negative impact on the global economy and it could lead to possible trade wars between certain nations. Combine that with the mass deportations which are also taking place, there are speculations on this having, negative impacts on inflation, which is bad news for investors if the Fed decide to begin to raise interest rates again. For me personally, the markets are just being very reactionary. It's too early to say what effect this will have on the economy. My instinctual reaction is that it won't be as bad as people are making it out, but that's another video entirely. One thing that I did find funny when I was researching was some of the articles claiming that the $4 trillion crypto bubble could be about to burst. Which is funny because later on in the same article, it speaks about how bullish Jerome Powell was on crypto by saying banks are perfectly able to serve crypto customers. It's a pretty exciting statement from Mr. Powell and totally contradicts the burst of the crypto bubble. But hey, whatever your preconceived notions are on the market and on crypto, your own inherent biases will lead you to believing whatever you want. Find the objective economists and try to form your own opinion free of any emotion. Quick break to ask, why are you not in my Discord? It's 100% free, no questions asked. By being inside, you significantly increase your chances of making mega money this cycle. Nothing more to say, link is down below, I'll see you inside. So let's take a look at Ethereum's performance as a whole this cycle. After the lows of around 1k in summer 2022, the response was okay, but it struggled with sideways action between 1 and 2k for over a year. Of course, the markets were poor as it was the bear market, so somewhat to be expected. And at the time, whilst everything else was down, it wasn't a big issue at all. Bitcoin was also showing poor strength during this time. The run-up began in October 2023 when Ethereum ran 70% in a few months. The markets were doing well at this point. After a little drawback, Ethereum continued to show its strength in the next 2 months, pumping 80% and testing the key 4k level. This was during the first mini alt season last year where it looked like everything was going to keep going up. Bitcoin confirming its ETF, breaking highs, the halving, the rumors of Ethereum's ETF approval too. This was all going to plan and nothing was a worry. For me, it's been the subsequent performance since this first test of 4k. It's just been shambolic. Even if we excuse the summer, August 5th crash and overall terrible market conditions, even towards the back end of 2024, Ethereum didn't do anything impressive. We've tested 4k twice and failed to close above twice, in times where Bitcoin, broke above its high day after day and showed remarkable strength to go above 100k and close multiple times, whereas Ethereum has just been crap. Even since the December pump where again it looked as though we might be getting somewhere, we're down about 25% since, and 4k isn't even the level we should be targeting at this point. Ethereum's all-time high is 4.8 and we can't even get close to that. Moving on to the ETH Bitcoin chart, I've mentioned this one a few times, it's pretty crucial. Think of it as an alt season indicator. When Ethereum is bleeding against Bitcoin, it basically means our altcoins won't be doing that well. And ain't that been the story of this cycle so far? We've had a few nice pumps here and there, but nothing sustainable. It's just been teasing a breakout this whole time. It's so bad right now that on the weekly chart, we are back at the 2021 levels of weakness. If you decided to hold Ethereum instead of Bitcoin this cycle, you're probably depressed right now. However, if we take a look here, back when Ethereum Bitcoin was at this level last cycle, it went up 150% in 40 days and marked the beginning of the first alt season last time around. Further evidence to corroborate this data is Ethereum's performance in February's. Very random, I know, and past performance isn't indicative of future performance, blah blah blah, all of that stuff, but of the last 8 Februarys, 7 have been green for Ethereum. Even in post-halving years, performance has been good. Yes, I know every cycle is different and there will always be different hoops we have to jump through, but looking at numerical data like this can be very useful. Hopefully we can start to see a clear and, most importantly, sustained reversal in the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. Although I do have to say that February isn't exactly off to the best start. Moving on to fundamentals, what has actually happened with Ethereum this cycle? Well, the most notable piece of news was of course the ETH ETF approval. Just like for Bitcoin, it solidifies ETH as institutionally attractive, which has always been kinda known anyway. Ethereum has always been the institutional chain, with it being the DeFi hub both historically and contextually. Having Vitalik as the founder too, he's very respected in the space. But yeah, looking at the ETF, from July to Jan, we've had over $2.7 billion worth of net inflows into the ETH ETF. That's a pretty big number, so why hasn't price reflected that? Honestly, I don't know. It's very reminiscent of how Bitcoin was last year. All summer long and even before the summer, we were getting massive inflows into Bitcoin. It took an extremely long amount of time before Bitcoin finally cracked in Q4, when better interest rates and the election provided the more suitable macroeconomic conditions to really allow it to fly. As for the exact reason how Bitcoin's price remained stifled for so long, I speculated it might be due to institutional suppression, and that could be happening with Ethereum right now. One thing which many people surprisingly are still unaware of is Trump's DeFi crypto fund, World Liberty Financial. They currently hold over $200 million worth of Ethereum and have been steadily accumulating large $10 million, $20 million amounts in recent weeks. For those that have given up on Ethereum and have been calling it dead, would the US really be putting this much capital into a coin they believe won't provide them with any value in the future? Short answer is no. Stop being an idiot. The US clearly have plans for Ethereum and again, may just be waiting for the right moment before announcing something. Whether it's DeFi related, memes, NFTs, AI, I don't know. All I know is that the majority of utility, solid utility in crypto, still takes place on Ethereum, and that is what will be of interest to the majority of institutes, not meme coins. Speaking on meme coins, Trump deciding to launch his meme coin on Solana and not Ethereum was definitely interesting, and certainly wasn't a great look for Ethereum. I mentioned in my video on Trump that choosing Solana over ETH for the biggest launch of any coin ever, having all of that volume and retail pushed towards Sol, downloading Phantom Wallet and familiarizing themselves with the tech, it looks really bad on ETH. But now I'm curious whether it was intentional, to draw the limelight away. During that weekend, Trump's fund bought $20 million more of Ethereum, so who knows? Also, a quick side note, if you watched my video, I told you guys to take profit and not buy Trump anymore. If you listened, you avoided this bloodbath, so yeah, well done. So why does Ethereum matter so much for altcoins? Well, Ethereum is still the king of alts, the largest altcoin. So when ETH is doing well, it sends a signal through the markets that altcoins are doing well and are back in business. This ripple effect then previously led to Bitcoin dominance falling and USDT dominance falling too, as money flowed from Bitcoin and stables into Ethereum to maximize profits. Then when Ethereum was maximized, people would flow money into Solana, Polkadot, other utility large caps to maximize the profits there. The flow keeps on going down from large to mid to small caps, so then the entire altcoin market is pumping nicely. Now, this can be narrative specific, such as only AI coins or only layer 1 coins, but the reason why this happens, or reasons I should say, is twofold. One, people want to make money, and two, people are inherently greedy. These are perpetual constants. People are always going to want to make money, and greed is everlasting. The whole reason you yourself are watching this video right now is because you want to make money, right? Let's hope that you're not greedy though. There's a reason why it's a major sin. But yeah, the whole premise of alt season is based on those two factors. So to say that we won't get an alt season is to say that people aren't going to want to make money anymore or aren't greedy anymore, which isn't true. That's basic human behavior. A discussion which has been floating around a little bit lately is that alt season won't be as good as previous years because there are 37 million coins. I partly agree with this statement. 37 million is just a dumb number, and on paper it makes sense that our gains will be diluted across the board. Way too many coins to pick from, the volume will be spread too thinly and coins won't pump as much. That's also kind of wrong. Do you really think that there are 37 million actual coins? This number has been heavily inflated due to the Solana shitcoins the whole cycle. People have shown that you can literally create a token in 5 minutes, rug it and let it be. There are thousands and thousands created every day. Not just meme coins, fake utility projects too in AI, DeFi, whatever. When it comes to real projects, sustainable projects with pedigree, Do you think that there are 37 million of them? Even 1 million? Let's be real here. So to keep it simple, alt season may not be like previous ones where every coin goes up 10 to 100x plus. Of course not. But individual projects will still have their own individual alt season where they can pull those numbers. And I still think the right projects will, as long as you're holding the right ones. My gut instinct is that February is going to be a very nice month for Ethereum and alts. We'll begin to see some strength and hopefully can sustain some growth in the market. However, anything can happen, and for that reason I do have cash on the side to pounce on any opportunities that we're given, as you should be doing too. I hope you enjoyed the video, people. Just letting you know that I'm going to be starting a free weekly crypto insights via email where I send around interesting market analysis, any news articles or coins that I'm watching, and I may also add in some general financial tips from my own knowledge as a financial advisor. This isn't spam, it's no BS, just real value you guys should know by now. It will be free, so if you'd be interested in that, please let me know. Aside from that, leave a like and subscribe, join the free Discord, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.